Please pack your bags and say your goodbyes.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know this beat, it's a girl KylerB coming out with a new video. And this was an episode for the books. Like, the end of this episode just put this episode on the top 10, most shocking reactive episodes, okay? Anyway, guys, today we're going to be talking about Love Island Season 10, Episode 17. We don't count the unseen bits, so we're quote-unquote 2 episodes behind, because if we do, it would have been Episode 19. Anyway, guys, this episode, whoa, like, they meant business in today's episode. They meant business for real. Like, this, my gosh. The producers are producing. So basically, after recoupling, it's even amount of people. Everybody splits off into their couples, basically talk and whatnot. So first we see Whitney and Medi. Whitney and Medi are chatting and, chatting about her speech and da-da-da-da. And then next thing you know, Whitney and Medi are kissing. And I'm like, oh no, Whitney is down bad for Medi. Like, she really caught feelings. Like, she likes this man. They start kissing, they kiss. She wiped off, I guess, the lip gloss off his lips. And then I think Tyrique was like asking, like, oh, you guys are, better. You guys are doing good now. And they try to, like, sarcastically play it off. And then after that, Whitney was just going for round 2. And I'm like, okay. Next thing you know, we see Catherine and Scott. They're chatting. They look really booed up, cozied up. They chat. They like the way everything is going.
In the short amount of time that we have gotten to know each other, we have gotten incredibly close, and I haven't made that progress with anyone else. So actually, I'm looking forward to getting that bit deeper, and potentially see where this goes.
He liked the speech, da-da-da-da. It was a nice little chat. These are the things that we were asking for in the earlier episodes, to see how the relationships between Catherine, obviously Catherine said in her confessional, this is her best connection so far out of, Zachariah and Andre. So it seems to me that they're really progressing in the right way. Next thing you know, we see Montel take Leah up to the terrace. They're chatting, whatnot. Next thing you know, they get to kissing, and I'm just like, okay, that's quick. He's calling her pretty and whatnot and things like that, and they're kissing on the terrace. Mitchell and Jess, they're chatting as well. She feels some type of way because, I guess Sammy and Mal, they're talking as well, and she's like, oh, it just feels like, he's like acting like I'm not in the villain, da-da-da-da. But I'm just like, if you can't recouple on this recoupling, he's trying to get to know the couple that he's in. They all go to bed, and everybody's basically cuddled up. Like, we see Scott, like, basically, he had his arm around Catherine, like, cuddling. Zach and Molly do the same thing. They just kiss before they go to bed or whatever. Mitch and Jess, they were cuddling. We see Medi and Whitney still kissing in bed. We see Leah and Montel kissing in bed. So we didn't even get a commercial break. It just went straight to they're waking up after they're waking up after they went to sleep. They wake up after they sleep. Everybody seems very well in their couples for the morning debrief. They're talking. Whitney's talking about her kiss with Medi. Catherine said that she's very happy in her couple. She also said that they kissed before they went to bed. So we didn't even see the other kiss. So I was like, oh. So I just saw the cuddling, and I was like, oh, so they kissed before they went to bed. Okay, all right. Who else? Jess was talking about her cuddle with Mitch, the other girls are just talking about their couples, and they all feel really good. Like Zach and Molly, she feels really good with Zach, especially after having her date with him yesterday. So that's how it is. Next thing you know, Whitney gets a text, and they're having a girls' spa. they all get ready, and, they get ready for their spa day, so everybody's kosher, everybody thinking that is a nice spa day. The boys thinking, like, they don't get nothing, blah, 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 blah. They're in the villa, thinking it's a lad's holiday, thinking it's a lad's day, whatever. So while they're at the spa, the girl is chilling, the guys at the villa. Next thing you know, Kady from season 2 comes into the villa, and everybody's hype. You hear Scott being like, "Oh, that's Kady McDermott," and like, "Oh," like, I'm just like, Scott's giving fans. Scott's giving that he watched the show already and he knows everybody by name, because this man was just too hyped. Everybody was kind of shocked for Kady. Everybody basically, when she came to the fire pit, she was asking who's all the way open and basically, and who's closed off. Nobody said that they're closed off. They're just basically giving, Tyrique said that he's not closed off, but he does have a little door open. Zach said, he's not closed off, whatever, Scott has this, like, blue eye thing with her or whatever. Who else? She liked Mitchell, Sammy, all that. So basically everybody's still open. So we were kind of like, Scott, calm down. But then again, he said it correctly. It's only a weekend, the villa. Well, he's only been there a week. I mean, granted that he's good in his couple, but if he just stayed a week and he was locked in on Catherine, it would have been sus. But the fact that he's still exploring as well, we got to give it up. Like, let him do what he has to do. Well, who else? So she was chatting to Sammy. She was chatting to Mitchell. She pulled Tyrique and Scott for a chat at the same time. I guess she wasn't necessarily too much vibing, but then we hear Tyrique basically say, like, I would have liked a one-on-one with you. So they had a little group photo, and Tyrique decided to send it to Ella. While Ella was taking a group photo as well. I think the producers definitely producing, because the fact that they got the photo at the same time as Ella was trying to get a group photo of them and the girls, her and the girls. Producers are producing. So Ella gets the text. She sees Tyrique and the guys standing around Kady, and it was so funny because they were trying to get back to the villa. You hear Ella basically saying, like, hurry up, walk faster. Like, it was so funny because they were trying to get to the villa quick. They wanted to make sure, the guys, but I feel like Casanova is going to be something else. Like, they were just gone for an afternoon or, a couple hours, and the guys are just acting like, I'm not closed off, like, da-da-da-da, like, nobody's stable, no one's gonna be like Mitch on day 3, okay? No one's doing a Mitch, like, on day 3. No one's stable in that villa, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's giving her time of day, we hear Tyrique saying the same thing, like, oh, he's giving any girl that comes in time of day, da-da-da. So, the girls are chatting to Kady, and basically she said that the people who are kind of giving her open vibes are Mitchell, Sammy, and Scott. The guys are basically observing, the chats to see what's going on. So later on, we see Ella and Tyrique have a chat, and he basically is like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna get to know her, da-da-da. If she pulls me for a chat, I'm not gonna actively pursue her, da-da-da-da. So Ella's just like, she didn't really give too much of a reaction, but she was not obviously happy about it because she's just not happy about it. So we see Tyrique trying to get a reaction out of Ella, and Ella's just like, leave me alone. Like, why are you doing this? Like, you're just trying to wind her up, as she says. Like, she does not like when you do stuff like that, especially knowing that there's feelings involved and all that stuff. So yeah, Casanova not gonna be great because if they send pictures, whatever, I don't know, postcards, I don't know, it's gonna be a madness. It's gonna be a madness. Also, I would like to say that this episode revealed a lot. Okay, one, Zachariah said when Kady came in that that's his type to a T, brown hair and blue eyes. you're typed to a T. But when you first came in, you were like, you don't got to type. Your top 3 are Ella, Ruchi, and Catherine. But your type to a T is Kady, brown hair, blue eyes. You see how he got exposed? He exposed himself in this episode. And I think Tyrique also exposed himself in this episode as well. Because he was talking to Ella, because Ella was like, do you recognize her? Did you know that was Kady McDermott? And he was like, yeah, but I was just, pretending not to. Episode 1, when Ella was like, don't you remember me from the club? And he was like, I don't know who you were. I don't know. Maybe her hair change was a real situation that he didn't remember her. But it's also putting you that, yeah, he was playing it up. He was doing the same game. They were game playing. Zach came with a game plan. And Tyrique, I don't know if he has a game plan, but he's definitely a messy person. Yeah. So while Kady was in the villa, we hear Montel said something very sly. This guy said, Catherine who? And I guess in reference to Scott or whatever, because he's coupled up with her. And I'm like, yo, Montel better watch his mouth. Like, what do you mean Catherine who? Like, you better watch your mouth. Like, just because Kady came in the villa, now you about to, like, they were acting very, like, they weren't a couple for girls. Like, he didn't just kiss Leah. Like, I feel like he was very salty about the whole kiss. He was bothered about the kiss between Catherine and Scott, so I feel like he got stuff to say. So Kady's in the villa. She seems like, she's going to be upfront about how she's going to be moving in the villa, basically. We also see later on that, her and Zach are having chats. He's trying to, like, play it off that he's still, closed off, quote unquote, with Molly, but, he's giving her the flirt. And the thing is that Molly was telling Zach, like, oh, she said Scott was very open. And I'm like, why, like, out of all the names she said, you picking out Scott to tell Zach? So I'm like, please calm down. Anyway, they get ready for nighttime, and, she's pulling all the guys for chats. Whatever. Then we see her and Zachariah have a chat. Chat's going well. Once again, she actually pulls him for a chat in front of Molly. So, we know how Molly gets, because, she was in that gym watching her, Zachariah and Charlotte do their thing. So, they were chatting. Her and Tyrique were chatting on the terrace. So it was like, okay, what are you doing? It was also funny how Scott and her were chatting. Next thing you know, Montel comes up in, like, mid-chat. And you kind of see, like, Scott, like, what are you doing? Like, do you need some help? Like, they were having a good chat, and he just interrupted it. And it was like, okay. So then the girls are sitting there, and, they're just talking about how, like, she's pulling all the guys, and obviously Ella, for one, doesn't like it and stuff like that.
But wait, who are you going to pull?
I'm going to go entertain the rest of them there.
But wait, I'm thinking if I do this, will that turn Meddy off? Because you don't know, I want to come home.
Then, girl, this is too much.
This is what I'm saying.
I think
you guys are being childish.
Yeah, because I want to come home.
Listen up. You're just bored.
We are bored.
Your mind's gonna be put off if you're just chilling you're just fake flirting for fun.
So they're just chatting, like, oh, I'm gonna go up and, like, let's go up and talk to all the other guys or whatever that's there. So it was so funny. And next thing you know, Jess gets a text. And, like, for a good 30 seconds, Jess didn't even know she got a text. They're just sitting in silence. They're like, oh, who got a text? Next thing you know, it's Jess. They get a text. Everybody goes to the fire pit. They find out that Kady has to make a decision and pick someone out of their couple. So when I tell you I was shook, everybody's at the edge of their seat because the reactions... Ooh, everybody was at the edge of their seat. Everybody's at this edge of their seat. Kady just ends up picking Zachariah. Which was shocking. It was shocking. And then next thing you know, Molly gets a text. And the text says, Molly, you're now single and now dumped from the island. Pack your bags, say your goodbyes.
Molly, you are now single and therefore have been dumped from the island. Please pack your bags and say your goodbyes. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
What? The reaction? The reactions. Okay, let me tell you, Catherine jumped up from her seat. Everybody shook. Tyrique was the only one that didn't really give too much of a reaction. He was just like, okay. It was so funny. But everybody was shook. Catherine jumped out of her seat. Everybody shook. You know, Whitney's face, like, it was shocking. Let me tell you, the producers are producing. They're producing. Everybody was shocked. And the silence was loud. After that text, the show ended. There was no Sunday Nights preview, nothing. The show's gone. The show's done. So we're going to wait till Sunday. But hopefully Molly's on that plane. She's going to be on After Sun on Sunday. And it is what it is because, yeah. But I just like to see the aftermath. Molly gets dumped on Catherine's birthday, even though it's a day before Catherine's birthday in the villa as when they filmed it. But today, now that we're seeing it, she's dumped from the villa. Okay, she's dumped from the villa, and I want to say that's Catherine's. Yeah, that was for Catherine because the way she went about trying to get Zachariah and how Zachariah did. Zachariah's next. Okay, he's next. But Molly's dumped from the villa, and I'm shocked. Like, I'm shook if. Like, the reactions were basically on par of how everybody was feeling. But I can't wait to see Sunday's episode. That's going to be, everybody's going to be tuned in Sunday. Everybody's going to be tuned in when I tell you Sunday because we need to see the reaction. We need to see what's going on because it's giving explosive. And the thing is that I feel like all the guys are going to now basically deep their couples. Like, what I mean, they're going to be like, oh, if that was you, I'll feel some type of way. Especially Tyrique, because Tyrique was acting open and trying to give her the time of day. And if he would have gotten picked, just like how he got picked by Leah, leaving Ella single, imagine if Ella got sent home. Yo, he would have been done. He would have been done if he got Ella sent home for his tomfoolery. I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, who was giving her Kady time of day, is going to be like in their couples like, oh, if you would have went home, if she picked me, I just, I would feel really bad. Yeah. They're going to deep their couples. They're going to probably, put some little extraness into their couples because now that Molly is gone, yeah, everybody's going to be shook. Everybody's shook. Everybody's going to be acting different. Especially Elle's going to be like, yeah, you better act right. You better be closed off now. But yeah. Yesterday, people were saying if Kady was bad, she will pick Zachariah. And I feel like Kady's going to be bringing it. She's a bombshell that bombshelled, okay? A lot of bombshells come in, have a big chat, and then they don't really do much in the villa. But this bombshell bombshelled. Like, she did damage. Like, this is what you call a bombshell. Like, to be honest, when you call yourself a bombshell and you don't do damage, is like, are you a bombshell? For real? But this girl did damage. She broke up a couple and got somebody sent home. She got somebody sent home. Like, this is messed up. And I know Zachariah would be feeling some type of way because he was telling the whole villa yesterday, like, oh, he got something good with Molly. He got something good with Molly. Da, 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 da. Now Molly's getting sent home. And in the words of Theo, if you truly liked Molly, you will be packing your bags and going with her. If you truly found something good, you would be packing your bags and going with her. Okay? So, let's see how Zachary responds. I know Mitchell, he's shook. The Mr. Big Hero saved Zachariah and Molly. I know he devastated. But anyway, guys, this was episode 17 of Love Island Reviews. And if you like this video, like the video, comment down below and you know your thoughts, comments, concerns, and you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.